welcome, bienvenidos, hola, ¿cómo estamos?
Welcome to downtown Los Angeles, friends. You got your boy Groovies and
Kid Lips, hello, hello, hello.
And we're here to talk to you today. We're wondering a very important question. Are you wasting the most important resource for your brand, for your clothing line? What do you think? Are you?
Maybe.
What are we talking about here?
Well, yeah, let's answer the question first. What is your clothing line's most important resource? Your most important resource is you. That's right, you. The time that you put into your brand is the most important time. Only you are going to put in the dedicated hours necessary to get something off the ground and to grow it. Of course, you'll have help, you'll have friends, you'll have family, you'll have others on your side, but at the end of the day, this is your baby and you really need to push and put your time into it effectively for it to succeed.
All right, stop right there. We want to know from you guys, how do you guys manage your time with your clothing line? There's so many different aspects to the clothing line and things that need to be done.
Yeah.
Any tips, tricks for others about how you guys manage your time? Post them in the comments right now. Take a second, do it. Thank you.
Yeah, great point. I mean, maybe you have a daily list or you keep a calendar or there's certain tasks that you get done first in the day. What are your priorities so that you are effectively growing your brand?
All right, now that we got some feedback from you guys, we want to tell you guys a little bit about how we think of these things. At a high level, 4 big buckets. So you got your sales and marketing and developing your channels and where you're gonna sell these things. You also have design and manufacturing, creating your products, designing them and getting them created. You have fulfillment and customer service, and then you have business structure and finance and accounting, just keeping the books, not cooking the books, keeping the books, keeping everything clean.
Absolutely.
So now that we kind of laid out the 4 areas, give us your wisdom, Kid Lips. How do you think about allocating your time across the 4 buckets?
Sales and marketing and product design and manufacturing are far and away most important as far as time allocation. And what I mean by that is they should take up the majority of your time. It doesn't mean that you need to go crazy and have a ton of products and a ton of sales channels and marketing channels. What it means is figure out your product market fit with 1 or 2 great products and 1 or 2 great channels. When I started Applique, I started selling through Karmaloop, and I had these cool pocket tees. So I brought the pocket tees to Greg at Karmaloop, I showed them to him, he was like, these are cool, let's get them on the site. Boom, I had a product and I had a market, I had a channel with which I could sell. And Karmaloop actually did a ton of marketing, so they'd get eyeballs to my product very quickly. You know, pricing that product was a factor. It needed to be the appropriate price so that people would buy it. Check out our video on pricing that we just launched. You know, that's definitely valuable. But in general, that was key, having that product market fit. And so when I started Applique, I was spending most of my time designing, manufacturing the products. Shipping them out was maybe a small percentage of my day. I'd ride my bike around the city, pick up my materials, pick up my fabric, go back to my space, stitch up the shirts that I had orders for, whatever I had packed up. At 6:45, I'd get them in my bag and ride my bike to the post office because it closed at 7. I'd get there right at 7 on the nose, get them to the post office truck driver, and then on to the next day, you know? So it was this flow where just minimal parts were spent doing that. Of course, I made time for accounting, which I'm not very good at, right? For organizing my business plan. But in time, I got help with that.
It sounds like pretty quickly, once you had things clicking with Karmaloop, you were spending a lot of your time doing fulfillment. How did you, what steps did you take to kind of bring things back into balance?
Well, just to backtrack, I think there's a mistake that a lot of brands make where they have a really cool product, but they invest 90% of their time in design and no time in sales and marketing. And really, I'd say sales and marketing is equally, if not more important. So really what you need is a market, a channel to sell through. And so whether that's your school or a website or a retailer or events, whatever it is, figure that out, because otherwise you have really cool designs and no one's buying them. And so that's super key. To answer your point, the first person I brought on to help me was Amanda. Thank you, Amanda. You remain to be amazing. she was a student studying fashion design and was a great seamstress, and so she helped me with production. And so she'd start to stitch up shirts for me. I'd bring in the materials and she'd do the sewing and the packaging, and that just freed me up so I could focus on other things. I could get sales and marketing more dialed. I could come up with new designs. I could get customer service optimized and make sure I was supporting all the customers that were coming to us. So yeah, having that extra help really is necessary when you know, first of all, your plate's too full to do it yourself.
Yeah.
And you know what you're not best at. I wasn't a great sewer, so having help with sewing was really necessary so I could get to the next stage of the business.
Yeah. I think another quick thing to note is, we know a lot of people who are starting clothing lines are working with a partner initially. That's great. You guys have twice as many of your most important resource, meaning you have 2 people working. I think just a quick thing to think about when you have a partner is you want to make sure that you and your partner have like complementary skill sets, meaning you don't want 2 people who only want to design product, because you're going to end up spending 90% of your time on design. And when you have a partner, make sure you write down, or at least have some agreement around who's doing what. So maybe your partner is going to do finance and fulfillment and customer service, and you're going to do sales and marketing and design and manufacturing. Regardless of how you split things up, make sure you split them up so you hit that, you strike that balance that's really going to work. I think is that it? Do we have more?
Yeah, just again, would love to hear from you. How do you manage your time? And do you think this is helpful? Certainly check out the other videos we've been posting. Subscribe to Applique, 1 video a week. Just talking about how to build your brand and grow, and creative entrepreneurship is what we're all about. And yeah, thank you for being here.
Yeah. Well guys, have a wonderful day. Make it a wonderful day. And we'll see you on the next video. See you on the flip side.
Sounds good.